Battle of the Brothers tonight in Millville as the Ridgeline Riverhawks play host to the Mountain Crest Mustangs. Of course, these two schools split off from each other a few years ago, but a lot of those kids have graduated. There's very few that still went to school when that first happened. Maybe the seniors that are here now did, and so each of those schools forming their own identity, I should say. Mountain Crest started the season rough. They couldn't score. They were giving up a lot of points, but region play came along, and they are sitting second in region behind only Skyview with a 3-1 region record. Ridgeline, on the other hand, started out great, 2-0, scoring a lot of points, and they've lost 6 in a row since then. It's been a tough road to hoe here for the Ridgeline Riverhawks, and it doesn't get any easier tonight. It's one of the top defenses in 4A is in town, along with one of the top rushers in the state in Mountain Crest, Hunter Schroeder. A lot of action coming up on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
Fit Trainer is here.
Let's do this. Let's go, let's go. Follow me. Good strides, good strides. Come on, push. All right, guys, that warm-up's over. Now it's time to turn it up a notch. Raise those knees, hold strong, core, let's go.
Squeeze those biceps, keep those abs in tight.
You got a little resistance for a reason, let's use it. You're doing great.
You gotta see this.
Someone order up some incline, because here it comes. Finish this thing strong. Stay with me, push it. Then 3, 2. We're almost at the finish line. And rest. Beautiful work. That was an amazing workout. We'll see you next time.
Coach, senior night here after your first year at Ridgeline. The region season's winding down, and playoffs coming up in a couple of weeks. You get time to reflect a little bit on this season, a little bit different than last season for you. You've kind of seen both ends of it now. Tell me a little bit about your first season here at Ridgeline.
You know, it's been a great season, an incredible one. I've greatly enjoyed being here and working alongside these players, and it's been one full of adversity that we've really had to battle. And it's one thing I've told these guys is we're 5, 6, 7 plays away from being 6-2 as opposed to 2, or even 7-1 or 8-0. But finding ways to make those the flip wins and losses, and I know we're really close, and I know we can start to get that rolling as we head to the end of the season here.
You got some key guys that are underclassmen, and so you're putting together some building blocks now. You've seen some pretty good growth in them. I mean, your numbers show good, but the only number that matters is final score.
Definitely, I've seen a lot of growth in our young guys, and anytime you have a young team, you lack experience there. So they do an incredible job and have done an incredible job all year, but they haven't seen some of these situations or faced some of these things that the older kids might have, and it's always nice to have experience and older guys there, but I'm really proud of how the young guys have played this year and performed, and I'm looking forward to how we can continue to get things rolling going into the playoffs.
Mountain Crest brings in a tough defense that averages, I think, 4 sacks a ball game against opposing quarterbacks. You guys like to throw it around a little bit, and then on the other side of the ball for Mountain Crest, one of the top rushers in the state in Hunter Schroeder. What do you have to do to slow down both of those aspects for Mountain Crest?
I think the biggest thing for us offensively is win on first down, execute, take care of the ball, and just understand, they do like to get after the quarterback, and we have to be cognizant and aware of that, and in situations where, our timer's running out in our head, we got to get rid of the ball or put ourselves in good positions to establish a good running game, quick game, deep, intermediate pass game as well. And then on the flip side, defensively, just be assignment sound and then flow and rally to the ball. They are a great football team on both sides of the ball, and the biggest thing will come down, I think, to execution and will. So,
all right, Coach, good luck tonight on senior night.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Say the word base. Say the word mess.
Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
At Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, we believe in a very thorough hearing test. Do you hear ringing noises? Does any member of your family have hearing loss? Do you have frequent or severe headaches? Any numbness in your face or fingertips? Do loud sounds hurt your ears? Were you in the military? Have you ever had your hearing tested before?
No, I have not.
Say the word mousetrap. Say the word baseball. Say the word airplane. Say the word cowboy. It also told us if you had a cold, I was able to make the words in your
Threshold
story.
ranges. What are all the rest of the...
Okay.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital, together we're greater. New Smile Dental, experienced dental care. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you have been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings, our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Four Seasons Apartments and Townhomes is your home. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years. Fine rendition of the national anthem at Ridgeline High School in Millville on a brisk 44-degree evening as the Region 11 play comes to a close tonight with the Ridgeline Riverhawks playing host to the Mountain Crest Mustangs. Hello everyone, I'm Eric Olson. I'll be with you all night and all the rest of this football season as there's just a few weeks left. In fact, next week it's a short week, Wednesday night games with fall break over the weekend. And then the playoffs the week after that. Both teams with their captains out midfield to toss the coin. Well, these two teams did not meet in 2016. That's when Ridgeline was established. Mountain Crest lost some students. They came down here and Ridgeline was born. Mountain Crest wins the toss and they will defer, so Ridgeline will get the ball first. They didn't play each other that first year. There was some worry about all of the drama, let's just say it, that went into the schools splitting, and people knew that it was coming and it wasn't some big terrible thing, but you know, you get sports and different things involved, and there was just stuff going around about how that worked, and so the administrations decided, you know, let's not play this next year and in 2016 and pick it up again in 17, and that's what they did. And from then, a good-natured rivalry, Rednecks versus Rich Kids, was born. The kids have had a lot of fun with that. I think a lot of adults were a little concerned about that, but talking to kids that have been around that, they've pretty much done it in fun for the most part. The kids are pretty good-natured about it. So Mountain Crest won that first meeting, these two teams, 38-20. It was right here in Millville. The next year, they were out at Mountain Crest in a barn burner that Ridgeline won 29-28. So Mountain Crest will go on defense first. Ridgeline and their offense getting a crack at it early. Ridgeline's offense averaging about 19 points per game during the season, but they've had trouble scoring in region play. And it's not going to be easy against a Mountain Crest defense tonight that's one of the tops in 4A. This one's fielded at about the 10-yard line and then returned by Strat Simmons up to about the 16, and that's where Ridgeline will take over. Led by Caden Cox, the sophomore, 141, 227, 1,525 yards, 6 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 62%. 28 times a game they put the ball in the air. He's third in 4A in passing yards, but he's going against a Mountain Crest defense that's got 42 sacks in 8 games. 5 sacks per game. They're going to give it to Bott. And he tries the right end, and there's nothing there. They lost Noah White in a game that we did early in the season against Highland to a broken collarbone. Jovessa DeMooney is in the game right now. He's back from a shoulder injury, the same type of injury Mason Falslev had for Skyview. And he's one of the top touchdown makers in the state as he tries to get to the edge. Steps out of one tackle and then runs over a tackler before he's taken down out at the 22-yard line. 6-yard gain for DeMooney. 656 yards on the season, just shy of 5 yards per carry. 9 touchdowns, which is good for 4th in 4A. So 3rd down and about 4. Simmons to the near side and 2 wide receivers to the far side. DeMooney in the backfield with the sophomore Cox. Mountain Crest looks like they're going to bring linebackers. And then they back out of it. Cox across the middle has Simmons. Simmons has a first down on the crossing pattern. From the 21 all the way out to the 34, 13 yards and a first down. Running underneath those linebackers as they showed blitz and then backed out of it and dropped. Simmons cut underneath, caught it on the move. Cox put it right where it needed to be. And Ridgeline with a new set of downs out to the 34. Cox fakes the give, now throws the little slant to Murdoch, and it's a gain of 6.
The pass complete to Carter Murdoch. Trey Fuller on the coverage.
Fuller with the tackle. 2nd and 4 with a 5-man front for Mountain Crest. DeMooney inside, puts his head down, gains 3. It'll be 3rd and a yard. You always wonder about shoulder injuries, especially with a running back, where they're getting hit so many times, and the kind of injury they had, they're painful. And sometimes it just takes rest for them to heal up, and then how tough are you? 3rd and 1 from the pistol. They give to DeMooney. He's got a seam. And DeMooney up to the 49-yard line. 6 yards and a first down. A good start. Being strung together here by the Riverhawks. Cox rolls near side, looks underneath, and can't find big number 29, Cameron Daly.
Folger on the coverage.
Ridgeline 2-6, 0-4 in region play. They won their first 2 games. One of them against Pineview, who's gone on to be one of the best teams in 4A. In fact, Croton, their quarterback that we saw, one of the top-rated quarterbacks in the entire country. And Ridgeline able to score 58 points in that ball game and a win. They won the next week, but since then, they haven't been able to get the job done. Cox turns and says something to DeMooney. Hands him the ball, and he is met in the backfield by Elijah Jackson. Jackson, the top tackler for Mountain Crest, 75 tackles on the season, 9 per game. DeMooney loses a yard, and it's 3rd and long. Now they're behind schedule. Our Ridgeline in a 3rd and long. They've been able to gain decent yardage on first down, have a second and manageable, and then 3rd and short. Ball near midfield, no score, 8-10 to play in the first quarter. The first possession, the opening possession of this game. 4-man rush, Cox in trouble, steps out of it. Spun down after a gain of 2. Jackson pulls him down. It's not a sack, but it prevents the first down, and the drive sputters at midfield, and Ridgeline will have to kick it away. Brandon Arnell stands back at the 15-yard line. Waiting for the Murdoch kick on 4th and 9. Good snap, low kick. It hit the Mountain Crest player. It's a live ball. The Mountain Crest blocker on the end had no idea the ball was coming behind him, and it ran right up his shins. The shins of Noah Fletcher. But no Riverhawks were right around it. That could have been disaster for the Mustangs. But Arnell alertly comes up and falls on it. And the Mustangs and their high-powered running game take over at the 26-yard line. Hunter Schroeder, number 1 in 4A in rushing, number 2 in the entire state. 1,127 yards on 187 carries, 6 yards per carry, 6 touchdowns. He totes the rock 23 times per game. And they're going to throw it on first down. Taylor Bitton had a step, but Tayden Burbank put it out just a little too far in front of him, and it'll be 2nd and 10. That's a good idea there. You know, everybody's just expecting Mountain Crest to run because that's their MO, pound the ball, try to catch defenders turkey necking and looking into that backfield, and maybe go deep. And Burbank couldn't quite get it there. It's nice to see him playing. A couple weeks ago, we took a nasty hit against Skyview and was taken out on an ambulance. Here's the end around to Hutchinson, and he picks up 5. That's the thing about this Mountain Crest offense and their running offense. It looks like there's nothing there, and you look up and they've gained 5 yards. We talked about Schroeder, 140 yards, 140 and a half yards per game, his average. He has yet to touch the football. He's in the backfield with Burbank. He's the kind of player you can give the ball to him on 3rd and 5. And he'll usually get you the first down. 5-man front for Ridgeline. Burbank back to throw, uncorks, and it's behind Arnell. He'd settled down right at the sticks, but Burbank put it behind him. And it's 4th down. So Mountain Crest passes 2 out of 3 times. They've only had 3 games this season where they've exceeded 100 yards passing. They average 99 yards per game through the air. 4th and 5. Burbank's the punter. He kicks it away. Murdoch lets it go, and it dies about 4 yards in front of him at the 4-yard line. That's where Ridgeline takes over. Defensively, Ridgeline has had their struggles, giving up 30 points per game this season. Coach Van Leeuwen talked to us about how many of these games were close. They're 2-6. They really very easily could be 4-4 very easily. And a couple more breaks, and yeah, they could be 6-2. But they're a young team that's learning. They've got some key seniors, but a lot of kids coming back, including the quarterback right here, Cox. Slips through a little opening and picks up 6 yards. He stood back and couldn't find a receiver, so he tucked and run. You've got to do that against this Mountain Crest defense. There's 2 players tied for 3rd in sacks in 4A. Veeder and Jackson have 8 each. You're going to give it to DeMooney. DeMooney looking for the edge, pops it outside. Lots of speed on little number 3. And he's right at the sticks.
DeMooney for the first down.
And the officials say first down.
We'd like to thank our Riverhawk sponsors, Cash Car Wash.
He's got the speed to get the edge.
Giant Carpet One and Icon.
And it's tough to do that against these Mountain Crest linebackers, Veeder and Schroeder and Jackson. You can't talk enough about them. 3 of the top 6 sackers in 4A play for Mountain Crest. Just this one down, rolls inside the 10, and it's going to die at the 8-yard line, and that's where Mountain Crest will take over with no score. 3:51 to play in the first quarter. Beautiful night in Cache Valley as the sun behind the mountains, a beautiful sunset behind us. The last 2 days here in the valley, waking everybody up, letting them know Old Man Winter is getting ready to pay a visit in the near future. Inside give, and they're using Schroeder as the lead blocker. Not sure who they gave that to. I think it was Jackson. And he picks up 7. Schroeder yet to get a carry. See how long that goes. There are 10 in the box, 9 in the box as they hand on the end around to Trey Fuller, and Fuller picks up good yardage.
Fuller, the ball carrier, pushed out by Will Booth.
In fact, he picks up 15 yards. First and 10 at the 30. Flag as it turned upfield too early, did Mountain Crest. That's Baldwin as they're running the Baldwin back at quarterback. Baldwin picks up a couple, but the receiver in motion turned upfield a beat too quick. So this one should be coming back. An illegal shift. So Mountain Crest with the first infraction of the game by either team. 5-yard penalty. And Burbank back in there now. Burbank, plenty of time, slings it out to Baldwin, who picks up the penalty yardage.
The pass to Baldwin
Well, he only picks up 3 of the 5. Burbank gets the completion. And it's going to be 2nd down and 12. Bitten to the near side, and they send Hutchinson in motion. Has to turn and catches it behind him, and he's hauled down at the 30. A gain of 2, it'll be 3rd and 10. Rhett Giebert with the tackle. We talk about the defenders for Mountain Crest. Giebert, 82 tackles, number 3 in 4A. He also has 9 sacks on the season. That's good for 2nd in 4A, in all of 4A. 3rd and 10. Schroeder still yet to touch the ball, and he's going to be blocking now. Burbank unloads. It's incomplete. Would have been short of the 1st down marker by about 4 yards anyway. Mountain Crest will have to punt. Baldwin, the intended receiver. Burbank's heels are going to be on his own 15-yard line. He steps forward to the 16 now. And Murdoch setting up shop at his 35. Under 2 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Mountain Crest was short 1 lineman. Spread formation. Remember, the punter's the quarterback. At 1 hops back to him. Short kick. Murdoch tells everybody to get away. Veeder and Baldwin, the first ones down there, and they finally touch the ball at the 26-yard line. And Ridgeline, in a 0-0 ball game, will send their offense back out onto the field. Cox with DeMooney in the backfield. He's going to swing out for a pass. Cox flushed. Unloads a man behind the defense, and Cox put too much mustard on that dog. Too much mustard is never good. A little bit out of the reach of Murdoch. He had gotten behind the defense. And that's one of those plays when you're talking about the difference between 2-6 and 6-2 that just haven't gone Ridgeline's way this season. Cox started 2 for 2. He's missed on his last 3. 2nd and 10. Underneath to Simmons. Simmons on the little slant. Picks up 8 yards, brings up a manageable 3rd down and 2. Simmons with 2 catches for 21 yards. Manage is the name of the game when you've got a sophomore quarterback. We saw in that Pineview game, thought Coach Van Leeuwen did a great job of managing his young quarterback. He's thrown more interceptions than touchdowns, which you'd almost expect from a 15-year-old. Off his back foot again, he's looking for Daly, and he was fading backwards again. He's done that twice tonight. Fading off his back foot instead of stepping in and delivering. Daly was wide open. 4th and 2 with 55 seconds left in the first. Is Ridgeline going to go for it? They're lined up like they are. They don't have anything to lose. They're trying to get Mountain Crest to jump, and it didn't work. So Ridgeline calls timeout.
We want to thank our blue boosters, hard floor covering, Logan.
I'm sure after the timeout they'll bring the punting unit back on the field. No scores. We're under a minute to play. Well, if you look at the RPI, every team makes the playoffs now. And they're seeded according to a formula that gives each team a ranking. And that formula depends in part on a team's overall record, the record of the team's opponents, and the record of the team's opponents' opponents. So the better, tougher your schedule, and the better your opponents have been, the better your RPI will be. Park City's number 1. Skyview number 2, Green Canyon number 3, Mountain Crest is at number 10. They want to stay in the top 10. The top 10 get a bye. Mountain Crest is offsides. Now, one of the Ridgeline personal protectors moved, but that wasn't until after the Mountain Crest player came flying upfield. And it is offsides on the Mustangs. So the second penalty of the game, both on Mountain Crest. After Ridgeline had tried to draw the Mustangs offsides and it didn't work, they come offsides on the punt attempt. So Ridgeline with a new set of downs. We'll talk about RPI again in a little bit because this is a game, if Mountain Crest loses this game, it could really hurt their RPI. If they win it, it may not help it all that much. Veeder looks like he may be coming off the edge. He's going to drop back instead. The give to Bott. He's back to the original line of scrimmage.
Bott, the ball carrier, stopped by Folger.
He's a player, I was told, this is his first year playing football. He hasn't played football before now. He's still kind of learning to trust where his blocks are. Experience definitely helps. Looks like Mountain Crest are going to overload the right side of the offensive line. Cox in trouble. Gets out of it for a minute. Gets out of it for another minute. But third minute's not the charm. He's sacked, and the Mustangs rack up a quarterback pelt again. 6-yard loss for Cox.
At the end of the first quarter, we want to thank Ridgeline High School wants to thank Logan Regional.
Going to be third down and 16, and that's the end of the first quarter. No score in Millville. Ridgeline and Mountain Crest on the game of the week.
Your password is password, and everything you own is gray, Mike.
I thought you liked Basic, Mike.
That was before I had Wendy's Made to Crave chicken sandwiches. Now I know I can do better than Basic.
Upgrade from Basic with 3 new sandwiches on Wendy's Made to Crave menu. The barbecue chicken sandwich, avocado BLT chicken sandwich, and the sauce and bacon chicken sandwich. At Wendy's, we got you.
I need to take a long drive at exactly the speed limit.
Scoreless first quarter here at Ridgeline as we head to the second. Eric Olson along with you on the Valley Channel Game of the Week. Mountain Crest and Ridgeline. It's 3rd and 16 for the Riverhawks. And the Mountain Crest defensive front 7 feast in situations like this. They just got their first sack, and you know they're chomping at the bit, looking for another one. 4-man rush. Cox protected well, looking downfield, and it's picked off by Baldwin. His receiver stopped running his pattern. Baldwin had the inside position there, and Daly, I don't think, knew it was going to be thrown to him. I think he'd given up on it. Looked like he'd stopped running his pattern. Baldwin kept running it, and he picks it off. So Cox with the interception, and Mountain Crest takes over with good starting field position out at the 33-yard line. Arnell and Hutchinson to this side, 2 receivers to the far side. And the top rusher in 4A, who hasn't touched the football yet, in the backfield behind Burbank, and Ridgeline's offside. The first penalty on Ridgeline.
Bank of Utah, Beezer Lock and Key, Cache Valley Electric, Members First Credit Union, and New Horizon Beauty Pageant.
It's 1st and 5. Hutchinson on the move. They're going to hand it to Schroeder. Schroeder's first touch of the game. And he's got plenty. In fact, he's got 10.
Dowley on the stop for the Riverhawks.
Mountain Crest has tried some other stuff. They've thrown the ball already 5 times in this game. They average under 8 passing attempts per game. Oh, the wrong number there. They average under 8, about 8 completions per game. This went over the hands of Jackson and incomplete.
Ball intended for
They average 8
Jackson.
completions per game. They average 16 attempts per game. Not quite 16 attempts per game. Well, yeah, roughly. So they're just under 50%. And they've already thrown the ball 6 times here tonight. Here's the give. A quick hitter picks up 2. And the give to Schroeder. Third and 8. And these are the situations Ridgeline wants to keep Mountain Crest in 3rd and long. Burbank out of the pocket, throws on the run, and it's incomplete. The Mountain Crest game plan's been interesting tonight. They've got the leading rusher in 4A, the number 2 rusher in the state. He's touched the ball twice, and they've thrown the ball 7 times. They average just over 16 attempts per game. And with the RPI and not really mattering where you finish in reach and play, it makes you wonder if Mountain Crest is just working on some stuff, getting ready for the playoffs. Burbank with a high kick. Murdoch calls for the fair catch out at about the 13-yard line. So the turnover bug bites the Riverhawks, but it doesn't infect them. They don't end up giving up any points as we sit on goose eggs with 10:48 to play in the first half. No score in Millville. I figured this would probably be a low-scoring game. Even though Ridgeline's given up a lot of points this season, Mountain Crest has struggled scoring points. Fake the give to DeMooney. Cox unloads. Simmons had it. Drops it. Running just kind of a deep slant. I don't know if he dropped it so much as just didn't catch it.
Fletcher on the coverage.
It was in his hands. Had to stretch forward a little bit. And it's 2nd and 10. This time they're going to give to DeMooney. And DeMooney's going to fall forward for a couple. Give him 3, 6 carries for 21 yards for Jovessa DeMooney. It's third down, 2 of 6 on third downs for Ridgeline. 3rd and 7. Cox on the move. It buys him some time. Now time runs out. He lost a yard, 2 yards. That's going to go as another sack for the Mountain Crest defense. .42 on the season now. And it's 3 and out for Ridgeline, and the field position game becoming a factor as Murdoch's in his own end zone to punt. We've just been slowly moving backwards farther and farther, and it's a high snap that Murdoch gets up in the air and gets. A line drive kick that takes a great Riverhawks roll. Goes to the 35-yard line. 56-yard punt. About 25 of it on a roll. Is the moon coming up over Logan Peak. Crazy thing is happening in the full moon, especially in October. Mountain Crest favored heavily in this one, but it's no score at Ridgeline. A double wing type of look, and here's the give to Schroeder. Schroeder picks his way through for 7. And this is more what you expect to see out of Mountain Crest.
Schroeder, the ball carrier.
Ridgeline playing at home but wearing their road whites. I asked Coach Van Leeuwen about that, and he said, the kids wanted to. Senior night, they wanted to do it. I said, okay, let's change things up. Ridgeline in their whites tonight. 2nd and 3. Fake the give to Schroeder, and on the end around, give to Hutchinson. Hutchinson into Ridgeline territory.
Gavin Lishman in on the stop for the Riverhawks.
10 yards and a first down. Hutchinson 2 carries for 15 yards. Schroeder has 3 for 19. Jackson toted the rock once for 7 and Fuller once for 15. .57 yards rushing for Mountain Crest. Here's the give to Schroeder. He's tripped up in the backfield, but he gets out of the attempt. It slowed him down enough that they were able to bring him down. Adam Mellon, the initial hit, 1 yard for Schroeder. Under 8 minutes to play now in the half. Double wing set. Burbank chased out of the pocket. Hit as he throws. And it's just wide of his intended receiver. And boy, did Burbank take a wallop.
Kate Hansen with pressure.
Kind of left his feet as he threw it, and then the defender grabbed him and took him to the ground. And landed right on top of him. Again, he was taken off the field on a stretcher a couple of weeks ago, so it's nice to see him playing again. That was Cade Hansen that hit him just as he threw it. It's 3rd and 9, and Mountain Crest wants a timeout.
A quick thank you to our
These are first snaps in Riverhawk territory for Mountain Crest. They want to make the most of it. Bear Rivers at Skyview tonight. Green Canyon and Logan going at it. This is the region. Well, we call them region openers. Do we call them region closers? The final game of region play. And again, with the RPI, it doesn't matter where you end up in region. It matters what your RPI score is. We won't know playoff seeding until after the games next week. They'll reveal the playoff seedings with the final RPI numbers on the 19th. And the 19th is next Saturday. So some of these Valley teams, Green Canyon Skyview will most likely have a first round bye. Mountain Crest could. But there's still another game to play after tonight. You don't get any extra points for winning the region, but you still have bragging rights. Mountain Crest 0 for 4 on third down. It's 3rd and 9. Give to Schroeder. And he picks up 4. Make it 5. It's going to be 4th down. I would imagine Mountain Crest would go for it. With the way their defense is. 4th and 4, not a big deal. Baldwin brings the play into Burbank. Here's the give to Schroeder. Hits a wall and down he goes. Ridgeline does what very few teams have been able to do, and that's slow down Schroeder. Aiden Mellon, the last guy off the pile. Schroeder, no gain. And Mountain Crest turns the ball over on downs. After they'd gotten to the Ridgeline 40. So not bad starting field position now for Ridgeline. Cox gives to DeMooney. Looking for the right edge. Good pursuit. Oh, man. Watching Elijah Jackson is fun. DeMooney gains a yard. Jackson came up like he was shot out of a cannon. Took the right angle and took DeMooney down after a short gain. They call the play from the sideline. DeMooney on the right side of Cox. Murdoch, the only receiver here on the boundary side. Cox steps forward, looks for Murdoch, has him. You know, in the games we've done, I've seen Murdoch make a lot of catches with his hands, with defenders right in there trying to take it away, which would say to you that he's got some strong hands. And Ridgeline now in Mountain Crest territory at the Mustang 49. Under 6 minutes to play in a fast-moving first half. Cox gives it to DeMooney. They're going to try the left side. Jackson knifes through, but DeMooney steps out of his tackle attempt and picks up 4.
DeMooney, the ball carrier.
You see what I mean, though, about Jackson. He comes flying through there. That time his angle was a little bit flat, and DeMooney had that extra step. Jackson couldn't quite get there to take his feet out. DeMooney's not big. He runs bigger than he is. But fast. See if Ridgeline takes a shot on 2nd and 6. Cox over the middle, DeMooney off his hands and incomplete. He should have caught that one. They're trying to get him in space against man coverage. He had a step, Cox put it there, and DeMooney doesn't come up with it. 3rd down. 3rd and 6. And Cox was protected well that time. He may have put a little bit too much heat on that one, but it hit DeMooney in the hands. It's hard on a cold night. That ball gets slick on a cold night. Cox, pressure off the edge, steps up, still on his feet, down inside the 35-yard line, and he's got a first down. 12 yards for Caden Cox and a first down for Ridgeline. 3 of 8 now on third downs for the Riverhawks. And we're under 5 minutes to play in the half. Daly in there at a wing, 2 receivers to the near side. And they're going to run behind Daly. DeMooney hit in the backfield, but a good surge by his line, and he picks up plus yardage.
Arnell on the stop. With Markin.
5 yards for DeMooney, as he's starting to warm up now. Best drive of the night for Ridgeline. They're at the 27 of Mountain Crest. DeMooney looking for the right side, holding. This one's coming back. Veeder was tackled. So instead of a gain of 2, it's going to be a 10-yard loss and second and long. It's only the second penalty on Ridgeline. Cox is 4 of 9 passing for 36 yards and an interception. DeMooney has 31 yards rushing. It's 2nd and 13. Four wide receiver set, 3 to the field side. They're going to run a screen. Nothing there. And Veeder takes Cox down, and a flag is thrown. Cox is slow to get up. And it's going to be a first down after a personal foul on the Mustangs. Cox is up, and the official's talking to him. Make sure he knows what day it is. He took a wallop. And it's a personal foul, roughing the passer on Mountain Crest. So the 3rd penalty of the night on the Mustangs. And it's a big one. It pushes the ball down inside the 25 to the 21-yard line. And a new set of downs for Ridgeline. Cox back to throw. Late pressure coming. He's looking for the back pylon. A lot of contact. There's a flag. Noah Fletcher was right there. There's a lot of contact going on between the players, and it's PI on Fletcher.
Fletcher on the coverage.
At the 21-yard line, that's, I believe, going to be a half the distance type. Let's see where they spot that. 3:28 to play in a scoreless first half. But Ridgeline knocking on the door. Yeah, takes it down to the 11. And it's going to be a first down for Ridgeline. And they can get a first down at the 1. Give it to DeMooney. DeMooney with a big push in front of him. And he's taken down by Baldwin at the 10.
DeMooney, the ball carrier, hit by Baldwin.
Boy, he looked like he was going to have an easy path to the end zone because the entire line had flowed to the right, had things walled off, but Baldwin came up from that defensive back position, got through the wall and made the tackle. The thing is, they set that wall up, did the line, but there was never really a crease for DeMooney to turn it up. 2:45 to play in the half. Fake to DeMooney. Cox in trouble. Tripped up. Down inside the 8-yard line to the 7. 3rd down.
Cox, the ball carrier, brought down by Veeder.
Veeder with the tackle. Cox was looking to Simmons. But Cox, I think Simmons was a little slow getting out of his break because Cox was ready to throw. Simmons was still running upfield, and so Cox pulled it down and ran. 3rd and 6. 2 minutes to play in a scoreless first half. They're going to turn around and hand it to DeMooney. DeMooney down near the first down marker. He's going to be just short. He picked up 4. He needed 6. He looked like he was going to get there. But somebody reached out for the Mustangs and turned him back. A touchdown-saving tackle on that Mountain Crest defense. 4th down and 2 inside the 5. And Ridgeline's going to go for it. And offsides would give a first down to Ridgeline, but Ridgeline calls timeout.
This exciting moment is brought to you by Cash Car Wash.
We're going to talk about this one. Points will be at a premium in this one.
Cook and Solder Foot and Ankle. Schreiber Foods, Wasatch Tailor-Made Builders, Rocky Mountain Power.
Mountain Crest will get the ball to start the second half.
Real Estate, Logan Oral Surgery, and Heart Floor Covering.
Ridgeline wanting to take advantage after stopping Mountain Crest on downs at the Ridgeline 40. They've marched 58 yards, 57 yards down to the 3-yard line.
And our Ridgeline Riverhawks.
The yards do not come easy against this Mountain Crest defense. A Mountain Crest defense that's giving up just 10 points per game in region play. Now the offense still out there, 4th and 2. They're going to give it to DeMooney, and he goes for the edge, and he's not going to get there. They ran a stretch type of play instead of just trying to get a push up the middle for 2 yards. And he didn't gain anything. Well, he might have gained a yard. So they turn it over on downs. They come away empty after they go inside the 5. .121 to play in the half, and Mountain Crest takes over at their own 2-yard line. Hunter Schroeder, the 4A's leading rusher, only 25 yards, but he's only carried 6 times. Burbank's going to turn and give to Schroeder. Here he goes. Just like that. 11 yards for Schroeder. I didn't see who it was for Ridgeline, but they may have saved a 98-yard touchdown. Mountain Crest has 2 timeouts left, but they're letting the clock run. They're under a minute to play. Tight formation with 2 fullbacks. See if they give it to Schroeder again. Look at how the Ridgeline defense is lined up. It's like a front line and a back line. Ball's on the turf. Burbank fumbled the snap.
Fumble recovered by Burbank.
And loss of a yard. And now we're under 30 seconds, and I wonder if Mountain Crest will even snap it again. Eck is back way up for Ridgeline. Ridgeline and Mountain Crest are going to go to the locker room. Scoreless in Millville after 1 half a play. Mountain Crest 0, Ridgeline 0. We'll be back with more after this timeout.
name's Mickey Kim Nielsen. Some people know me as Mickey, some know me as Kim. Cool people know me as Mick. Here at Cash Healthcare. Analyze fluids for information with the clinician so that he knows how to counteract issues and get you on the road to recovery. I'm a clinical laboratory scientist, which means I have a Bachelor of Science degree in clinical laboratory science. I also have a master's degree in business administration. And I'm a registered medical technologist with the American Society of Clinical Pathologists. This is our chemistry section here. We have 2 chemistry analyzers that do the majority of the chemistry testing. We have another analyzer that's behind me here that does some of our specialized chemistry testing. Over here is our hematology analyzer that measures the cells in the blood, lets us know if you have enough blood or need a transfusion to make you feel better. We can tell if there's an infection going on somewhere in your body. And over here we have a coagulation instrument that tests your clotting factors. And that's important to know in case you've ever had a blood clot and you're on medication that slows down the clotting process in your blood. So the physician needs to know those results so that he can manage your medications for that. I've made a lot of friends over the course of my career, and also discovering, the mystery of what's going on, what makes somebody ill, what's going on with them. It's mostly like being a detective and doing the work that figures out what's going wrong. If you love science, you love looking at blood cells and microorganisms in a microscope, the science of this is really what turns me on about it. It's something that I've always enjoyed, looking in a microscope and seeing what's there. I started working here at Cache Valley Hospital back in 2000 when it was known at that time as Cache Valley Specialty Hospital. It's been an awesome experience working for them. They know what they're doing. They have almost 200 hospitals around the world, and so they understand what needs to be done in order to provide quality health care to people every time they come through our doors. I'm probably outnumbered at least 4-to-1 by the women that work in this profession, and it's good because women are very intelligent and bring a lot to the workplace here, and they especially keep me on my toes. If you're interested in pursuing laboratory science as a career, some of the things that you would need to do to prepare, for instance, if you're in junior high or high school, start really enjoying your science classes. Find a way to look at things in a microscope and see if that's something that you enjoy. Then I would prepare myself to go to college. You need a Bachelor of Science degree. It's exciting and very fulfilling. So outside of my laboratory life, I like to do a lot of different things. I'm a drummer in a local rock band, a bunch of old fogies that get together just to play music, the good old stuff from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I have a Harley Davidson I like to ride to work and around the valley. I also paint, I do oil painting, and so I have a kind of a well-rounded personality. I like to hunt and fish and do outdoors camping and all of that kind of stuff. But I can be a serious guy too and sit down and read a good book and appreciate the time doing that. Cache Valley Hospital is a wonderful place to work, and it's a wonderful place here in our community to come for medical services. We can take care of all of your needs. We're a community hospital now. We do everything from visit you, see you in the ER, to deliver babies and provide surgical care as well. Great place to be, great place to work, great place to come for your medical services.
Bring back what you've been missing. Cache, hearing, and audiology.
At Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, we believe in a very thorough hearing test. We invited a camera today to follow us through a hearing test. We have Tad here. Let's follow him as he has his hearing checked. Tad, what brings you in to see us today?
My wife made me.
How long have you noticed you haven't been hearing very well?
Several years ago.
Tell me a little bit about your hearing loss. Did it happen all of a sudden?
I think it's been gradual.
Other?
The same.
Describe your most
the roar of the river behind me.
Have you ears? You hear ringing noises in your ears. Does any member of your family have hearing loss? Do you ever feel dizzy? Do you have frequent or severe headaches? Any allergies? Any numbness in your face or fingertips? Do loud your ears? Any blood thinners? Pain medications? Diabetes medications, heart medications, or other medications?
Luckily not.
Have you ever been exposed to loud noise, gunfire, music, motorcycles, machinery, occupational noise, all the fun things?
All of the above apply. I've spent a lot of time around F-16s, and we used to have to launch them, so I was less than 6 feet from the engine while it was running. Shot a lot of bullets through guns. Yeah, I've probably lost some hearing from some of that.
Were you in the military? Have you ever had your hearing tested before?
No, I have not.
Tad, the first thing I want to do is take a peek in your ear. Great, no wax. All landmarks are where they're supposed to be. Nice pink shiny eardrums. Okay, looks great. Okay, Tad, for this first test, is what I want to do is I want to test the physical parts of your ear. Make sure the eardrum and the ear bones behind the eardrum are moving correctly. So what we'll do is we'll put a little soft rubber tip in your ear, and I'm going to put a little bit of air pressure into your ear. We'll move your eardrum in and back out and tell us how that's working. You don't have to do anything but relax. I will put a little bit of slippery stuff on here because it does need to create a seal, so it'll feel a little wet. Kind of like you're getting a wet willy a little bit. But you don't have to do anything but relax. Okay, Tad, we're going to put these earphones in your ears. Okay. What I'm going to do is your ears. Some beeps. I want you to get very even. We're trying to see if you can hear. So, just as we go, the microphone your voice, hear you on the through the. Okay. I'll just kind of explain as we go along.
All right.
Okay, Tad, can you hear me okay? Is this a comfortable level? Okay. We'll start with your right ear first. Just push the button when you hear the beep. Say the word ice cream.
Ice cream.
Say the word mouse trap.
Mouse trap.
Say the word baseball.
Baseball.
Say the word airplane.
Airplane. Mailman. Cowboy. Railroad. Toothbrush. Hot dog.
Say the word mousetrap. Say the word popcorn. Say the word mailman. Say the word shoelace. Say the word. Well, Tad, how do you think you did?
Mixed emotions, but
It also told us if you had a hole in your eardrum, which you did not, for that knowledge, and you were still able to hear them. There's actually a threshold in your ear, a reflex in your ear. We measure that.
two ranges, 8 kilohertz to 1 hertz to
So let's grab this.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley hearing and audiology.
You have to love what you do in order to put yourself 100% into it. When I was in the hospital for several weeks, I always said to myself, while I am here, I can do what I want, and I want to do what I can.
He had an arteriovascular malformation. It was in the part of the brain that deals with vision. When we went to the hospital and they did a CAT scan, they immediately saw that it was quite serious.
It was very scary for a while. I couldn't see from the side. It seemed like I'd lost all my peripheral vision.
There's nothing worse than seeing your child sick and in the hospital. There's nothing worse. But I think it really helped to define him. Because of this vision cut, he felt like he had blinders on. It gave him the drive and the desire to look more broadly in everything that he does.
Tennis really came about from that, because tennis was one of the few sports that I was.
Cache Valley hearing and
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital, together we're greater. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you have been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings, our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Four Seasons Apartments and Townhomes is your home. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years.
Back here at Ridgeline High School in Millville, Eric Olson along with you after a scoreless first half. Mountain Crest and Ridgeline. Ridgeline got the ball inside the Mountain Crest 5-yard line and could not get a first down and could not get a touchdown. And that was the best scoring opportunity for either team there in that first half. Mountain Crest was 77 total yards, 72 on the ground, 5 through the air. Schroeder 7 carries, 36 yards. And for Ridgeline, they had 86 yards, 50 on the ground, and 36 through the air. One turnover in the game. That was an interception thrown by Cox. And that's where we are. 37 yards for DeMooney on 12 carries. Mountain Crest will get the ball to start the second half. A couple of scores of note. Skyview leading Bear River 14-0. Skyview's already claimed at least a share of the region title for the third straight year, and they're 10th overall. Logan and Green Canyon are tied at 14. Both of those scores were second quarter scores. Temperature in the 30s and a full moon overhead as Ridgeline kicks off to start this second half. Fielded at the 1-yard line. And up across the 25 to the 26 goes Noah Fletcher, the junior, with the nice return. Mountain Crest will get started there. We've seen some drops tonight as far as passes go. You know, everybody thinks of wet weather like rain is making it slick football, but cold weather, in my opinion, is worse. That ball just gets slicker and slicker. The wet weather, if it's not cold, the ball isn't quite as slick as when it's dry and cold. Didn't see a lot of Schroeder in the first half. He picks up 4 yards there. Mountain Crest came out doing a whole lot of other stuff. They still were running the ball, but there were a lot of end-around stuff, quick hitters to a fullback, and then they threw 8 passes in the first half. They average about 16 passes a game. They're going to turn around and hand to Schroeder again. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Dowley comes out of the pile. He's fired up. 3rd and 6. Ridgeline is 0 for 4 on third downs. Excuse me, Mountain Crest is 0 for 4 on third downs. Burbank unloads it quickly. His receiver sat down there right about the sticks, and Arnell reaches out and gains the first down line.
Arnell with the reception.
First third down conversion of the game for the Mustangs. See what they do on that all-important first possession of the second half. It sets the tone. Schroeder takes the handoff, gains a yard.
Schroeder the ball carrier.
He averages 6 yards per carry on the season. He's got 10 carries for 47 yards tonight. He also averages 23 carries a game, so he's a little bit behind that pace. And he's behind Burbank now on 2nd and 9. Burbank turns and hands it to Schroeder. Schroeder up to the 40-yard line, a gain of 2.
Daly, Mellon.
3rd and 7. Daly and Mellon. Called Aiden Mellon's name a few times. Mountain Crest converted a 3rd down just a moment ago. A 3rd and 7 a moment ago. Let's see if they can do it again. Same play, same result. In fact, better yardage as a tackle was missed.
Pass complete to Caleb Swinson.
15 yards and a 1st down. Mountain Crest in Ridgeline territory, a methodical opening drive. Give on the end around. That wasn't an end around, it was just a little inside give to Schroeder, no gain. Where they are dialed in, referring to Ridgeline, to Hunter Schroeder. They don't want to let him beat them. He's got 49 yards on 12 carries. His carries this half have been 4 yards, 0 yards, 1 yard, 2 yards, and 0 yards. 2nd and 10. Here's a little end around. Is this Jackson? He gets to the edge. The defensive end was tackled.
Elijah Jackson, the back area.
And it's coming back. So Elijah Jackson got around the corner. It was Cade Hansen. He was just tackled. You see 2 flags down there right behind the official holding on Mountain Crest. For Mountain Crest, 4 penalties in the first half. 35 yards worth. That's their first of the second half. Arnell, 793 yards passing coming into this game, 65 of 135, 12 yards per completion, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Again, only 3 games with over 100 yards passing. They average 99 yards passing per game to the Mustangs. And it's 2nd and 20. Burbank being chased by Hansen. Hit as he throws. This one's up for grabs. And a flag in the secondary. And Burbank is slow to get up. If it's pass interference, it's a 15-yard penalty, and it's not an automatic first down. It may be a hold or an illegal use of hands on Ridgeline. It's a hold on the Ridgeline defense. 10 yards and 2nd down, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Ridgeline with only their 3rd penalty of the night, 25 yards worth. Now 2nd and 11. So it was 2nd and 21 before. Burbank was slow to get up. He really took a shot just as he threw it. Mountain Crest has held the ball for 4 minutes and 6 seconds of this second half. It's the first possession of the second half. There's 7:54 to play in the 3rd. No score at Ridgeline. Burbank gives it off to Schroeder. Schroeder stutter steps and then puts his shoulder down, and he picks up 5. Brings up a manageable 3rd and 6.
Daly and Whitman on the stop.
Two of 6 on 3rd downs for Mountain Crest. 2 of 2 here on this drive. Both times they threw a little quick hit pattern to the left side, and that's where Arnell is going to line up. They're going to give it to Schroeder. Big hole. Schroeder's across the 35 down to the 30-yard line. and a first down. 10 yards for Hunter Schroeder. And the big pigs up front, rooting at the trough, getting them a big hole. First down, Mustangs. This methodical drive continues at the 30-yard line of Ridgeline. No score. Ridgeline hasn't touched the ball yet here in this second half. We've played over 5 minutes. Hutchinson, the fullback. Arnell in motion. Now he motions back out, and they give to Schroeder. Schroeder gets a head of steam, and he's finally pushed backwards. But his forward momentum got him about 3. "15 carries, 67 yards for Schroeder. "31 yards here in this third quarter. He had 36 at the half. I formation, they're going to hand to Schroeder again. Schroeder hit at the line of scrimmage. Pushes forward for 2. It's 3rd and 5. Mountain Crest 3 for 3 on 3rd downs on this possession. 5.5 minutes to play in the third. Mountain Crest has taken the opening kickoff of this second half. This is the 11th play of the drive. Burbank to throw. Throws that little out pattern right at the sticks, and it's a first down.
Pass complete to Swenson. Dylan Nelson on
Caleb Swenson. They've run the same pattern on 3 third downs, the same result. First downs every time. Those corners are playing off on those edges like that. Mountain Crest isn't a team that's going to chuck it downfield. And we're under 5 minutes to play in the third. Give to Schroeder on the little counter. He picks up 5. May have been Veeder. I thought it was Schroeder though. Let's see. No, that was Veeder. That time. As we approach 4 minutes to play in the third. They fake the give inside, give the end around to Hutchinson. He won't go down, but he's not going to get away. Dowley caught him. He's pushed clear back to the 21, a loss of 6. That's going to be 3rd and 11.
Hutchinson, the ball carrier.
This is the 5th third down opportunity for Mountain Crest on this opening drive of the second half. They've eaten almost 9 minutes at the clock. Burbank with the double move on the edges, and he's going to just throw this one out of the back of the end zone. An 8-minute and 34-second drive. And it's 4th and 11. Will Mountain Crest try a field goal from here to be about 37 yards? Or will they go for it knowing what their defense can do? Well, they got a field goal team out there, but Arnell is the kicker, and he's not out there. Burbank, the quarterback's the holder. 38 yards. Got enough leg? No, he does not, and it's wide to the right. So an 8-minute and 39-second drive for Mountain Crest comes up short. "13 plays for the Mustangs, and we're still scoreless."
Athletic trainer Nate Burnett are proud to be the official medical providers for Riverhawk Athletics.
Remember, Ridgeline had the ball inside the Mountain Crest 5 and went for it on 4th down and 2 and couldn't pick up the first down. A field goal might be enough to win this game, the way these two defenses are playing. Here's the give to Bott. He runs into the line, puts his head down, and picks up 2. 4 carries for 1 yard for Bott. 6 carries, 14 yards for Cox. 12 carries, 37 yards for DeMooney. 2 sacks for that Mountain Crest defense, contributing to the lack of yardage for Cox. He's been dropped twice for -8 yards. Gonna give it to Bott again. Bott finds a hole into the secondary and out near the 40-yard line. Gain of 13. DeMooney in the game now. Bott to the sideline, his best run of the night. 2.5 to play in the third quarter. They're going to give it to DeMooney. DeMooney stutter steps. He's back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10.
Jackson and Guthrie for the Mustangs.
Ridgeline taking a long time. Ball's finally snapped. Cox throws a swing to DeMooney, trying to get him in space, and Jackson's there. Jackson grabs him for a 4-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Reception, Jackson with the stop.
Third and 14. Coming up for a Ridgeline team that's 3 of 9 on 3rd downs. We're approaching 1 minute to play in the third quarter. Pressure coming up the middle. Cox flushed out, unloads. Pass. Was it caught or not? Incomplete. So it's 4th down. And we're under a minute to play. So the Mustangs go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays. Push it out to the 31-yard line. And have to punt it away. High snap, Murdoch climbs the ladder. Another short knuckleball. This one doesn't take a great bounce for Ridgeline. And it finally rolls dead at about the 38. That's where Mountain Crest takes over. Still no score with 45 seconds to play in the third quarter.
We want to thank our Riverhawk boosters, Cash Car Wash, Cook and Solder, Foot and Ankle, Giant Carpet One, and Icon Health and Fitness.
I formation, Hutchinson, the fullback. They're going to give to Schroeder. Schroeder burrows forward for 3.
Schroeder, the ball carrier.
17 carries, 72 yards now for Schroeder.
Will Larson on the play for the Riverhawks.
36 yards here in this third quarter. He had 36 in the first half.
Polson, PC, the Graham Johnson Construction, Peck Hatfield, Baxter & Moore, LLC.
He averages 35 per quarter. This will probably be the last play of the third quarter. And it's a give to Schroeder. Schroeder picks up 3 more. And that's the end of the third quarter. We go to the fourth. Mountain Crest with a 3rd and 3 when we come back.
Selections of fresh flowers. They're family owned and been in business for a long time, and they make you feel like part of the family.
Well, Mountain Crest starts the second half with a 13-play, 9-minute drive, and then they missed the field goal that would have given them a 3-0 lead. Ridgeline gets the ball back. They run 5 plays and then have to punt. And now Mountain Crest has a 3rd down and 3. 4 of 10 on 3rd down for the Mustangs. Schroeder 72 yards on 18 carries. Mountain Crest with a hard count. 10 carries in the third quarter for Schroeder. Here's the give. Schroeder tripped up and he's short of the first down. He gets a yard. That's it. And that's one thing I've seen Ridgeline doing. They're trying to get down into Hunter Schroeder's feet and not mess with him up high. He's so strong. And they're getting down in his ankles. They can't really get anything going. And Schroeder, 140 yards per game on average, and he picks those up, 6 to 10 yards at a time. He's not a kid that runs multiple 50-yard runs per game. Mountain Crest looks like they're going to punt, and Burbank does kick it away. Murdoch with the fair catch at the 22. So the Ridgeline will give it another shot. No score, 11:06 to play. It's halftime in Smithfield. Skyview leads Bear River 28-0. Skyview is going to win the region outright for the 3rd straight year. Their 10th overall region title. Mountain Crest with a win would take 2nd place in the region. Doesn't mean anything for playoff seedings. They hand it to Bott. Bott picks up 4.
Bott the ball carrier, stopped by Jackson.
Mountain Crest takes on Bountiful on Wednesday night. Ridgeline travels to Viewmont. Skyview has Providence Hall. That's the game that we have scheduled. The only game going on in the Valley that night. Cox had to wait for his receiver to turn, make his cut, and he finally does, and he hits him for a 1st down. It's Murdoch.
Pass complete to Webb. Recovered by Baldwin.
First completion in the second half for Cox. And it's good for a 1st down. Ball out to the 34-yard line. Fake it to Bott. Now they're going to run a little flanker screen over to the far side. That's Simmons. Pickup of 3 or 4.
Simmons takes it out of bounds, hooked by Fletcher.
Simmons' third catch, 24 yards. Now they run the same play the other way. Good blocking out in front. And Webb picks up the first down. – 16 yards for Webb. His first grab of the game. Ridgeline now in Mountain Crest territory. I would imagine if Ridgeline gets the ball deep in Mountain Crest territory again, they'd probably kick a field goal. Try to kick a field goal. There's 9 minutes to play in a scoreless game. Cox pulls it down, and now he falls down. He's thinking about it. He's looking downfield. He's not liking what he's seeing. He's being hesitant. We didn't see that with him early in the season when we saw him. He was letting it fly. And that's a big loss. 11 yards. And the third sack of the game for Mountain Crest. Cox just a sophomore, he's not even 16 yet. Cox over the middle to Dowley, and it's incomplete.
Pass intended for Dowley.
And it's 3rd and 21. With 8 minutes and 2 seconds to play in the game. Ridgeline on the 43-yard line. They had the ball inside the 5 late in the first half, couldn't punch it in, decided not to try a field goal, turned it over on downs. Mountain Crest missed a field goal earlier in this second half. Mountain Crest looks like they're bringing pressure. Let's see. Now they're rushing 4. Cox is going to unload over the middle. He's got Murdoch! And a flag after. Murdoch stood up, spun the ball, and the official came over and threw the flag. It's a 22-yard gain. That'd be unsportsmanlike after the play. The play should stand. Let's see if that's what he threw it on. Murdoch stood up, spun the ball because he was excited about the completion, and that's not a call we like at all. I don't care which side's doing it. It's a huge play in the game. Let the kid, I mean, he's not, taunting anybody. But that's where we are these days because nobody can stand for anybody to be successful. The other team will get mad, and we have to have problems because of that. Now let's just play football. Here we go, ball at the midfield with the Riverhawks get a first down.
DeMooney up the middle.
3 yards for DeMooney. DeMooney only his second carry of the second half. 14 carries, 40 yards. Mountain Crest just so tough defensively. A 22-yard pass play. That's the biggest play of the night for Ridgeline. The Mustangs just don't give up many big plays. 2nd and 7. Under 7 minutes to play. Give to Bott. Bott hit at the line of scrimmage and spun down. Wyatt Larson.
Bott the ball carrier, stopped by Larson.
Bott picks up a yard, 3rd and 7. Four for 11 on third downs for Ridgeline. Cox over the middle. Knocked down by Baldwin. Baldwin undercut the pattern by Dowley. Baldwin was just running along on his hip, and then he undercut the pattern. Should have picked it off, and he knows it, but it was a great job by Baldwin. And Ridgeline will have to punt. Penalty was big. The ball would have been at the 35. Now, if they'd only gained 3 or 4 yards, still wouldn't have been in field goal position. So maybe it doesn't hurt as bad as you think, but you just never like to see penalties as a coach like that. Murdoch. Arnell. First down, Mountain Crest at the 10-yard line. 6:06 to play in the ball game. No score at Ridgeline. Last score we got out of Logan and Green Canyon was a mild surprise. It was tied at 14 in the second quarter. Back to tied at 14 at halftime. That's the last score we got out of that game. 2 backs in the backfield, and they hand it to Schroeder. And he picks up 4.
Hutchinson, the ball carrier.
Under 6 minutes to play. As we tick toward our first overtime of the season. Not yet, though. Still 5.5 to play. Mountain Crest with 2nd down and 7. Going to hand it to Jackson. Here we go! Ridgeline finally makes the stop, but all the way down at the 10-yard line.
Schroeder, the ball carrier. There's a flag on the play.
There is a flag back near midfield. And it looks like it's coming back. Couldn't tell whether it was Jackson or Veeder on the run.
We want to thank Blue Boosters, Heart Floor Covering, Logan Oral Surgery.
It wasn't Schroeder.
Landmark Company, General Contractor. Shiberfield, Wasatch Taylor Builders, and Rocky Mountain.
So it's a hold, and it's from the spot of the foul, but it's still a first down, and a ball out to the 36-yard line. But instead of 1st and goal, it's first down at your own 36. One of the receivers downfield was holding. 5:09 to play in the game. Ridgeline looked like maybe they were offsides. Let's see what the call is.
And thanks to our Silver Boosters for the support they provide Ridgeline High School. Visionary
Well, they
homes,
call it on Mountain Crest.
Beauty College, Members State Credit Union, Cash Valley Electric, BJ Austin City, Bank of Utah, and Bird and
Haven't called Rhett Gibbert's name a lot tonight. Top tackler on this team. Number 3 in 4A in tackles, number 2 in sacks. And they run his direction this time, and there's nothing there. There he is, right on cue, as he brings down Hunter Schroeder for a loss of 2.
Hubert and Eck on the stop. Bader, the ball carrier.
Giebert. Quite a presence on that right defensive end. Doesn't have a sack tonight. You don't get many of those against Mountain Crest because you don't get many opportunities. And the clock ticks down towards 4 minutes to play. second down and about 17. Burbank under pressure. He just gets rid of it. He just turned around and chucked it out of bounds. 3rd and long. In here, and they throw it out to Schroeder. He's got some room, but not too much, as he's finally hauled down by Daly. Daly had some help from Noah Monk. Schroeder picked up about 4, and that's it. He had some room, but Daly got there in a hurry. Ridgeline will get at least one more shot with 3:20 to play in the ball game. They come after that punt. Burbank gets away a high one, and it's caught at the 35 by Murdoch. And a lot of celebrating going on with the defensive coaches and their defenders as they come off the field. They've kept Schroeder under wraps tonight, 21 carries, 78 yards. A running back that's averaging 140 per game, and as we've mentioned multiple times, the #1 rusher in 4A. See if the Ridgeline offense can get something going here. Give to DeMooney. Veter doing a great job of stretching that out. Boy, he held the edge, and he stretched that thing all the way to the sideline, and then Baldwin came up and forced DeMooney out of bounds after a 2-yard loss. Talk about Jackson and Schroeder so much. Veter does that sort of thing all the time that we just saw right there. Give inside to Bott. No gain. These teams may want to just get to overtime and have opportunities on a short field, because we're down to almost 2 minutes to play in the game. Ridgeline's in no hurry. Cox against a 3-man rush. Throws it to DeMooney, and DeMooney's cut down after a gain of about 6. Arnell with a good tackle. And Ridgeline will punt. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know they ever want to go to overtime, but neither one of these teams have moved the ball. You both get chances, I think, from the 25 in overtime. Murdoch calls for it, holds, kicks it away, gives his coverage team time to get down there. Another good kick. It's going to die inside the 10. 50-yard kick. Less than a minute to play in regulation. I'd be shocked if we don't end up going into overtime. You can see that Mountain Crest can rip off a big run in a hurry. They did it earlier on the last possession, but it was called back on a penalty. Well, they would have been in field goal range at the very least. They were down at the 10-yard line. It looks like Mountain Crest may kneel on it and try to go into overtime. Nope, they were going to hand it off. Timeout, Mountain Crest. Well, it felt like this was going to be a low-scoring game, but I didn't think it was going to be this low-scoring. Again, it's one of those where you can really second-guess Ridgeline why they didn't try to kick a field goal at the end of the first half when they had the ball down here so deep, but 3 points doesn't win many games. Green Canyon's taking the lead over Logan, 21-14. It's still 28-0 Skyview over Bear River. Ridgeline's played their guts out tonight. And Mountain Crest defensively has been as nasty and impenetrable as they always are. Two fullbacks, and Schroeder is the tailback. We're going to hand it to Schroeder. Schroeder's out to the 14-yard line.
Schroeder, the ball carrier, brought down by Daly.
He averages 23 carries a game. His next carry will be 23. And it's a timeout called by Mountain Crest. Ridgeline's dealt with injuries all season long to key players. A lot of games missed by key players. And they're starting to get guys healthy. And there's a feeling that they may be able to sneak up on some people in the playoffs. .52 ticks on the clock. Second down and 4. Schroeder again in that two fullback formation. Looking for a hole, there's not one there. He's stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Schroeder, the ball carrier.
And one of the Mustangs gets up gimpy. It's Jackson Lee, the senior offensive lineman. Another timeout taken. I believe Lee's the center. Yeah, they've got another center over there warming up with Burbank. Now he's down. He got up and he was limping. He was on the back side of that play and he was limping pretty bad. One of the Ridgeline players helped him up, and kind of walking him back toward the huddle, and he went down. He's back up and limping off the field. He's limping pretty bad. 44 seconds to play in the ball game in regulation. No score, Ridgeline and Mountain Crest. One timeout left for Mountain Crest. Ridgeline, I would imagine if they can hold here, they'll take their second timeout. Mountain Crest will be forced to punt. Huge play. Two fullbacks again. Burbank's gonna throw. Unloads it, he's got 4 and he leaves it short. And there's a flag! I don't think any contact was ever made.
Pass intended for Baldwin.
That's a 15-yard penalty. What it does, any contact. Between just maybe a few hands, but that back judge is way closer to the play than I am. But I've got a good angle. He's right in front of me. I'm just on top of the booth. Where that hurts Ridgeline is that would have been 4th down with the clock stopped and Mountain Crest punting deep in their own end zone. Now, Mountain Crest has a timeout and they're going to chuck it up again. Burbank going downfield. Knocked away. This time, no flag. That was a good-looking throw by Burbank. Bitten was the intended receiver, and the defensive back was step for step with him. And there was contact on that play, too. But this time, the flag stayed in the pocket. 30 seconds to play in regulation. In a scoreless ball game. Ball at the 30-yard line. Mountain Crest taking some shots. Now they're going to hand it to Schroeder. Schroeder picks up 7, and Mountain Crest will take their last timeout.
Will Larson almost out with Mellon.
So you saw what Mountain Crest was doing. Once they took that deep shot on 4th down, and why not? Because if you get a pass interference call like they did, you get 15 yards, and now you can maybe take a couple of more shots. And if you don't get the catch, you may get another friendly flag. Obviously, the worst thing that could happen is the turnover. But now you're hucking it so far downfield, it's like a punt. If you do turn it over that deep, 23 seconds left in regulation. A full moon and 34 degrees in Millville. Early October football at its finest, yeah? 3rd down. And Mountain Crest leaves early. So instead of 3rd and 3, it's going to be 3rd and 8. Five of 12 on 3rd downs for the Mustangs. Nobody in the backfield with Burbank. 5 wide receivers, and Burbank's going to run it. He's going to be just past the marker, and it's a 1st down. The clock will stop as they move the chains.
Will Larson with the stop.
Burbank 9 yards. And now they kill it with 12 seconds left. Again, Mountain Crest needs, well, they need 10, 20, 30, probably about 35 yards. Maybe more like 40 yards to have a realistic chance at a field goal. Now they're going to, Mountain Crest coaching staff, they killed it, and then they're letting their team come to the sideline for a quick huddle, and now they're charging Mountain Crest with their last timeout. So they didn't take a timeout when Jackson Lee was hurt. Because now they're at their last timeout. They had one more timeout than what I thought they had. And now they take it. With 12 seconds left. So even if they do get a long completion, The clock will stop on a first down while they move the chains. The team would have to sprint down and clock it. Spike the ball. It's unlikely, but not impossible. They're going to give it to Schroeder. Schroeder's got blockers. Schroeder's going to be short of the first down, and that's going to be the end of regulation. Schroeder picks up 7, and we're going to go to overtime here in Millville. We're scoreless after 4 quarters of play. Mountain Crest and Ridgeline going to overtime.
Hi guys, Valley. This is Fernando with the Factory Pizzeria. We're running a special right now. We're giving out free nachos when you buy a large pizza with 3 toppings. Just mention this, you're gonna get time you come. 119 G as you can.
Hey guys, if you've been thinking about a guitar or any other instrument in mind for you or somebody else, we have some great financing options from 6 to 12 months. Yamaha's doing a 12-month plan right now. Come in, get some time to pay it off, and have no interest for up to a year.
But we're going to go into overtime. Scoreless at Ridgeline. Eric Olson along with you. So the region play is going to last a few more minutes at least for these two teams. So they'll put the ball down at the 25-yard line, and each team will get a crack at it. Green Canyon leading Logan 21-20 midway through the fourth quarter. Mountain Crest still thumping Bear River, last score we had out of that one. I think that one's over at Bear River. So Ridgeline gets it first. They can pick up a first down if they score a field goal. If they kick a field goal, Mountain Crest would have to score a touchdown to win. Mountain Crest gets a field goal, and we start it all over again. DeMooney with the carry. Overtime yardage doesn't usually. A little. In high school, if that counts, but at the end of regulation, 142 rushing yards for Mountain Crest, 49 passing for 191 yards, 71 yards rushing, 85 passing for Ridgeline, 156 yards. DeMooney didn't pick up any yards. Here's Murdoch down to the 19.
Murdoch with the reception, stopped by Bader.
Murdoch's 5th catch for 49 yards. Third and 4. One first down in the second half for Ridgeline. The ball at the 20-yard line. You don't want to take a sack. Cox unloads, nearly picked off. Arnell with a nice close on it, and he leaps in and knocks it down. Webb, the intended receiver. If it goes complete, then Webb's got the first down and maybe a touchdown, but Arnell stretched out and knocked it down. Murdoch will attempt a field goal from 37 from the right hash. Webb's the holder. Good placement, long enough, it's good. So the 37-yard field goal is good. And it took extra time, but one of the teams finally got on the board. Now it's Mountain Crest's turn. In a 3-0 ball game. Mountain Crest, a touchdown wins it. A field goal takes us into a second overtime. And they're on their feet in Millville. 32-degree night. Give to Schroeder. Boy, Schroeder just rumbles for 8. He's got 106 yards on 26 carries. Mountain Crest really kind of needs this win to stay in that top 10 in RPI. Nobody's really sure how that's going to shake out in its first year. You don't want to risk it. Give it again to Schroeder. Schroeder grabbed by Hansen and dragged down after a gain of a yard, 3rd and a yard. Hansen's had a good night on senior night. Called his name a few times. Third and a long 1. Jackson and Hutchinson are the fullbacks. Schroeder the tailback. Hand it to Schroeder. Schroeder in space! Schroeder for the win! Touchdown! We're done! Mountain Crest in overtime staves off the upset bid from a shattered Ridgeline team. A 17-yard touchdown run by Schroeder, 124 yards on the night. And Mountain Crest wins it 6-3 in overtime. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time on the Game of the Week.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital, together we're greater. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you have been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings, our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Four Seasons Apartments and Townhomes is your home. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years.